Hello, it's Chaplain73 here. I'm here today with Dawn from Upcycle Kernow and hoping to have a nice chat and find out a bit more about her, what she does and what Upcycle Kernow are all about. So I'll jump in with the first question, Dawn. Tell me a bit about your creative output. When did you start being creative and in what ways?
Hi Darren, hi Darren's viewers. So I've always been creative from a young age, was always painting things, making things, doing things. My granny taught me to sew when I was quite young. I had a treadle sewing machine that was always used. So I was brought up to be quite creative, but it was never, it was always a hobby. It was never to be taken seriously. And it was one of those things that as a kid, I remember my mum saying, oh, you're making a mess again. And even as a teenager, it was, oh, you're making a mess again. Why aren't you doing your maths homework? Why aren't you concentrating on your physics? And it took a long time for me to realize that actually being creative can be a lifestyle choice, and following that passion that you have inside you. It's really important that you do that and not bury it. So yeah, so I'll be creative in any way that I can be, whether it's cooking something nice for dinner. You know, I get a pan and I put things in it. I don't follow a recipe. To creating textile art, to even making a pair of curtains for somebody. It's all being creative. It's all making. So yeah, I always have been. And I love it. I do all sorts of things. Yeah.
I know your place down there is like a bit of an Aladdin's cave in that manner. So.
It is indeed. Yeah, yeah. The little room through there that you can see just through there, that's been developed into a wood room. So we'll have all the woodworking tools and things like that in there. So there'll be an area set up dedicated to, you know, if you need to drill a hole in something, there's a clamp already there with a pillar drill ready set up. Yeah. You don't have to go and find it and find a space and plug it in. So yeah, so that's what that space through there is going to be developed into.
It's always a challenge, isn't it? Trying to find the right tool.
Yeah, and we've probably got one here, but you've just got to find it first.
I'm the same here. I've got a workshop and my studio, and in the workshop I have now set up some of the tools like the scroll saw and the pillar drill and stuff, but but the other stuff, you know, it might take me 20 minutes to find some things.
Yeah, and by then you're getting called in for your tea anyway, so
yeah, very true.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about Upcycle Kernow and how it all started and what it is you actually do there.
Okay, so Upcycle Kernow, well, it started out of necessity, to be honest with you. Many years ago, once again, after trying to take on a normal job, and my life went tits up through one reason or another, and I found myself with absolutely nothing. No job, no home, no hobbies, no life, nothing, absolutely nothing. And it was being creative that started to get me out of that deep, dark hole that I was in. I mean, we started to use this term upcycling in the mid-90s. It's a German term originally, and it literally means to make the best of what you have around you. Yeah. And that was what I started to do. So 10 years when everything went wrong, I made too many bad choices and it was bad. I started to make more positive choices, and they were about making the best of what I had around me. Yeah. And we've all done it. It's that your gran taught you to make, do and mend. So it's that similar kind of attitude. And so that's really why Upcycle Kernow started, was from necessity, from having to turn a shelter into a home and turn some rags into some clothes. It's that kind of sort of ethos behind it. And then being really aware of how creativity is so necessary in people's lives. Yeah. So Upcycle Kernow is all about addressing waste, whether it be domestic waste. We're not talking food waste, not yet, but you know, domestic waste, and how to make sure that it doesn't end up in landfill or in incineration. So whether that's artist supplies, you know, for all those creative people that like to make and build things out of junk, then those things are here. The tools are available for them to do it here as well, along with the space. Right the way through to actual recycling, to plastic recycling. So we do terracycle recycling and things like that. And last month we sent off 1/4 of a ton of plastic packaging for recycling. Wow. So yeah, so we're really that kind of creative recycling upcycling centre. Yeah. We signpost a lot of people. We've developed a course for the 3 R's, it's called, which is a 12-day course, and that's all about upcycling, how to make the best of what is around you to develop your life skills. So, you know, really implementing the taking things apart. Are you taking yourself apart? Looking at what's good inside you, and moving it forward. You know, that kind of really practical, hands-on things that are functional as well as psychological skills. Is that the right term?
Yeah. I know. It's life skills, isn't it? It's self-care skills.
Self-care skills. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's a huge connection between our own well-being, our mental well-being, and creativity, and especially for some people more than others. You know, if you are a creative person and you enjoy creativity, if you try and stifle that, it does have a massive effect on who you are and your own identity. And I think that's really important to remember, that sometimes you just need to get it out, don't you?
You get that energy out. Absolutely. Whether it's, it doesn't matter what type of energy it is. It's people who dance would say the same. I would imagine, or play football or swim or surf or whatever it is they do. Yeah.
We've all got that thing that we need to do, haven't we? So.
Absolutely.
So do you do sort of like workshops and things like that?
So before lockdown, we were really quite active. Before lockdown, we had a monthly swish, which is a clothes swap party, and that's all about keeping clothes in circulation. Bring 10 items, take 10 items away. The repair cafe, which again is about learning skills and getting your stuff fixed. And most of the time, it's a blocked filter or a fuse is needing changed or a wire's come loose, and teaching people about taking more care of your products so that you're not just replacing them all the time. And then that fed into, those sorts of things feed into the workshop. So we were doing loads of different types of workshops. We were funded by the National Lottery to do a textiles workshop, and that was about finding out how to reclaim textiles and reuse them in a sustainable manner. And that, again, that really quickly developed into a women's support group, and we discovered that all of the women there were at various stages of menopause, and we supported each other through so much while that was going on. It wasn't just about the sitting knitting, it was as much about the natter. So that was really important. We did other workshops as well, like the paper pulp workshop that you came on. We did pallet upcycling workshops, glass remaking, copper foil and solder method, jewellery, reclaimed timber, various different types of workshops. So lockdown caused us to stop all of that, and we're really addressing how we can move forward and what we're going to do in the future now. So lots of planning.
I just love it. I just love the diversity of what you get up to down there. It's just amazing.
It's about rubbish. Right, I've got this big pile of rubbish. What can I do with this? I know I can either send it for recycling, or I can make something out of it.
Definitely. I know I've been involved with you with other things as well, so you don't just do the Upcycle Kernow thing.
No.
I know you do stuff around events. Probably events, a bit quiet this year, but previously you've done stuff around events. Tell us a bit more about that.
Absolutely. So we do, I've been involved with different teams throughout the years at different festivals, creating decor, and have headed up my own teams, one of which you were part of at Tropical Pressure. And my theory behind it, when I started as a decor artist, one of the groups of people that I worked for was very much buy lots of brand new things from China and put them all up, and then when the festival's over, we'll shove it, if it hasn't flown off the edge of the cliff and landed in the sea already, then we'll shove it all in some bin bags and send it off for rubbish. And I was horrified that every year we were doing this, twice a year we were doing this, and really horrified. So I started to look at what waste was actually created at a festival and how we could use that waste to develop the actual decor that you see at the festival. And obviously that's what you were quite involved in when we did the big the African lady's head with a lovely big hair, and we used bottle tops because we'd been created waste that had been created at the bar. I don't know if you'll be able to find a picture of that to pop up on your thing, but that was a great example of how we just use some rubbish to make something really effective. And also up on the wall, you'll see the that's actually made from computer components that were all destined for landfill, and we saved those, and we've created a map of Cornwall from them. So yeah, that sort of thing. So that's, yeah, I've really enjoyed doing the festivals. I missed them this year a lot, but it has given me time to sit back and think about what else we can do. Yeah.
And sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that
Absolutely.
ability to be able to step back and you benefit from it. So.
Yeah. But it's really amazing when you see photographs. When we did one big festival in last year, and to see people have their photographs taken at the entranceway and post it, and we're here, and you're like, oh my God, I made that moment happen for them, because if that decor hadn't been there, they wouldn't be having that moment right now. And that's really special. That's really special.
I mean, I think that's why I like street art, because it's out there, it's a background, it's a backdrop to people's everyday life, and and it may be a photo opportunity for somebody, but it's also decorating somebody's world. It might make them smile on the way to work or whatever. And if people go to festivals now, it's their one and only holiday of the year, and if you can be a part of making that ambience and making it special for them, and giving them a memory, and transforming a space so that you can take them out of their everyday world and drop them into some fantasy where they can just let rip, then that's amazing. That's really good. I've forgotten how much I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. And most of them probably don't even register that it's made out of recycled products, which is
and that you've taken all year to plan it and a week to build it for them to enjoy it for a couple of hours.
That's what we do. So what's in store for the future for you?
So for the future, we're really thinking about being COVID responsive, and we're going to be doing lots of things, but it's about space. So one of the things that Upcycle Kernow has to consider, because we lost all the festivals, obviously, is we need income. If there's no income, we can't pay the rent, basically. So we've diversified in a few different ways. So the plastic recycling is about to expand. So we'll not only be doing the terracycling, but we'll also be looking at, we're talking about making some links with a company called DWP in Exeter, so that we can collect different type of plastics that aren't currently being recycled in Cornwall. So from a practical point of view, we're developing those sorts of things, and also, again, thinking about income, we'll from our shop point of view, we'll be selling a lot more, I don't want to call it arts and crafts materials, but arts and crafts junk. So for example, I'm looking at the pictures behind you. If you're looking for an old book to print some of your pictures onto, we'll have one here that's already damaged, that was headed to landfill, that you can use the pages on to do your printing and things like that. If you want just a little bit of red velvet this size, we're bound to have it. If you need a big bit of moldy ply, I don't know why I said that, but we're going to have it here somewhere, and create that junk shop bit that's missing from charity shops nowadays. Also, we'll give people space to exhibit their work, and obviously sell their work from the shop as well. And the other thing with the shop is we've just been accepted with a company called Ceci, and they're a refill store. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll have refills available. So that kind of deals with the recycling side of things.
Yeah.
And then for the more creative side of things, we're waiting for a marquee to arrive, and then when the marquee arrives, we've got a list as long as your arm of lovely workshops that we want to put on, from making wooden bunting to doing steampunk outfits to making Christmas stockings, all sorts of different things again. Some really simple ones, some a bit more diverse, and then opening it up to people as to what they want to do. Let's get some more of that paper pulp recycling going again, and stuff like that.
I'd thoroughly recommend the paper pulp.
That was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was great.
The thing is, what I did find is, because we did things so industrial down here on an industrial size to be able to deal with everybody, is that I'd like to be able to do that again, because we really bounced off each other, and we really got some. It would be nice to make something more than just a little plant pot. Really get some big things going on.
I've still got mine.
Oh, I have as well. I find them so useful, yeah. And I've also discovered that if you varnish them all with yacht varnish, you can actually use it as a plant pot.
Oh, fab.
Yeah, because then obviously the moisture's not
Get the yacht varnish out later then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fabulous. Well, thank you so much, Dawn, for
No problem. Thank you.
spending the time with me today and having the chat and just telling us a bit more about Upcycle Kernow, which
No, that's brilliant. It's been great to
I
talk to
think
you.
is fabulous. And I wish you all the best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you soon.
Cheers. Cheers.
Bye.